So today I'm going to talk about ego and what does it have to do with magic. Basically everything. So we know that there's dark magic and light magic. People think that dark magic is bad and light magic is good, but that's not the case. Dark magic is just magic that is meant to push things away from you. Let's say you don't want these people in your life, you don't want this job in your life, you push it away. Light magic is to invite things in. It's kind of like the moon when it's full and when it's new. It's just to either push or pull things away from you. Now there is another magic that's called baneful magic, and that magic is actually the bad magic. That magic, people usually use it to hurt other people and themselves, because eventually you just hurt yourself when you do baneful magic. Never do baneful magic. But what does this have to do with ego? Because every word we speak, we already spoke about it in my last videos, every word you speak is a spell. Every thought that you think is magic. It's creating your world. It's your imagination. So magic is basically, we're doing it 24/7 without even knowing it. So working on your ego and working on all these aspects of you, your fears, your belief systems, your insecurities, everything, that is number one to do any magic. Because really we do magic, like I said, all day long. And we do magic with our imagination and our emotions. If we imagine, a beautiful, new iPhone, which I don't like, but if we imagine, like, let's say we want a new iPhone and we feel this crazy, insane emotion of having it and what it would be like to live it, and then we use, you could do a ceremony or not, but this is magic already, using your imagination with your emotions. So that's the key to magic. So we are what we create. Like we basically create the world around us 24/7. So in order to do magic and to do it good, it's important to always check in and clear and clean our ego, to always observe ourselves constantly and to ask ourselves really important questions. It's not really beautiful. Like, looking at your ego is not beautiful all the time. It's ugly, it's scary, it's horrifying. That's why most people don't do it, because that's the work. That is the work that we have to do as human beings, to constantly kind of dig in there and get all the crap out, So doing magic takes constant working on the ego, because it is a very fine line between doing white magic or dark magic to baneful magic. It's very easy, if we are not aware of our ego and our thoughts, to hurt someone else. And in return, we hurt ourselves. Because every baneful magic, if you throw it out there, awarely or unawarely, that's no excuse if you weren't aware of it. If you throw it out into the universe, it will come back at you 100 times more. So the only person you're really hurting is yourself. So you always have to ask yourself this question: why? Why is a huge, important question. Why do you want to do this magic? Why do you want anything? Because it's not just the ceremony itself that's magic. Like I said, everything is magic. It's every thought that you think 24/7, and your emotions and belief system that create your reality. Everything is magic. So when you start seeing and knowing that you have no choice but to do constant shadow ego work on yourself, because you know the power that you have in this world, then, and what you're creating to yourself and to other people with your energy, you basically, when you're awakened and you know this power that you have no choice but to do constant ego work. That's why the real warriors, the real light workers, if you want to call it, do constant ego work. They look in the mirror, they look at their fucking bullshit, sorry for my language, and they just dig all that shit out all the time. That is a real magician to me. So what I recommend is this: when you feel something coming up, a fear, an emotion, you know what ego work is. You will know. You know what it is, what your shadows are. So observe it. First, observe it. Don't judge yourself. Observe it as someone like outside of it, of that thought, of that fear or whatever. Look at your fear. thought, belief, look it in the eyes, look in your, even go physically to the mirror and look and talk to yourself and look at it in the eyes, despite the fear and the pain that it might bring in you. And it will bring a lot of shit up. So, because once you do the work, it's kind of like going down this rabbit hole, and you keep going and going and going and going, and you just have to let it go and just fall completely down and let go and trust that you will be safe down there. But it's dark, it's scary, you don't know where you're going, but just jump in there, you know. So when you think that you know, when you think, okay, I've done enough shadow work, I know myself, I know everything, I got this. When you get to that point, go even deeper, because you don't know shit. Just go deeper, because there's more layers and there's more shit to clean all the time, constantly. And most of this shit is not even ours. We just take it from other people. We take it from our ancestors. We take it from the world. Just dig in there, like, just get in there. So, and every time that it rises again, that fear, that thought, whatever, you sit with it again and you just observe it, and you don't hate it. You don't push it away. You just accept it. Once we learn to accept it, you know, we can love it. And once we learn how to love it, which it's a process, we don't have to let it go. You know, there's no pushing that away, because that's a part of your world. It's just accepting that it's there, like a neighbor that's living, you know, across the hall, and you learn to accept them and say hi when they come over and say bye. You know, like, you don't have to stay and stick around and talk to them all day or listen to what they have to say. So an important thing when you do shadow work, and I'm telling you this from experience, do not run to drugs or alcohol or things like that. Doesn't matter what drugs, because it will seem to be a very quick fix. It will put a very beautiful band-aid on it. It's going to be like a cream that would take the wound away for a second, but then the wound will actually get deeper, because you didn't deal with it from the root itself. So you can actually grow faster if you're grounded, if you're steady with 2 feet on the ground. It can help sometimes to go fly there and, you know, use mushroom medicine, which I always recommend. Even you can read it in my book, Red Revolution. That's the only medicine that the mother recommends, and she loves it, and she wants us to use it, but most people don't know how to use it. Most people think they know how to use it, but they do not know how to use it. So when you're doing shadow work, just stay grounded. Be with that feeling, be with that pain, be with that crap that you're feeling right now, and don't run away. Don't run away to anything, especially low vibrational drugs or anything like that. It's going to be just a very seductive, illusionary band-aid, you know, but it won't heal it. And the last part that I already said it, we have to accept it, accept that shadow, and love that shadow, and be a friend with that shadow, and smile with that shadow. But know that that shadow is not us. You know, we are traveling into a new dimension every split second. So you can create yourself, and you can create a new reality in every split second. You can reinvent who you are every single day of your life. Yeah, I am a servant of the mother, and I love you so much. And I pray for the awakening of every man, woman, and child, and the freedom of all animal and children on this planet. And I love you so much. And be silly and play. Bye, guys.